Democrats are getting their swagger back. I'm feeling it. They're going on the offense now that MAGA Republicans are deferring to Elon Musk to basically torpedo the American economy and shut down the government. And so after Elon Musk broke up a bipartisan deal to stop the government shutdown, and then Republicans tried to rely on Democrats to bail them out after Elon Musk and Donald Trump tried to change a bipartisan deal to add things like removing the debt ceiling and also removing restrictions on doing business with China and also taking out $190 million in pediatric cancer research to help kids with cancer. Democrats are like, no, we ain't bailing you out this time. And they're taken to the floor and they're being loud and unified and on message that this is about the oligarchs, the billionaires, the Elon Musks, the Jeff Bezos, the wealthy people who are trying to subjugate the workers and other Americans who just want to go about with their life. So take a look right here. This is Democratic Congress member Hakeem Jeffries on the floor of the House of Representatives. Watch this.
On behalf of the American people, there was a Republican drafted bill that was posted by House Republicans. And then one or two puppet masters weigh in, and the extreme MAGA Republicans decide to do the bidding of the wealthy, the well-off, the well-connected, millionaires and billionaires, not working class people all across America. The bill that is before us today is just part of an effort to shut down the government. Unless we as representatives of the American people bend to the will of just a handful of millionaires and billionaires, because the provisions in this bill, particularly as it relates to suspending the debt ceiling for 2 years, are designed to bring about a massive tax cut, unpaid for wealthy donors and for wealthy corporations, for millionaires and billionaires who clearly some in this Congress are working for. And this bill is validation for it. Now, what's been interesting to me is that for decades, the Republican Party has lectured America about fiscal responsibility, about the debt and the deficit. It's always been phony. This bill proves it.
Next up, you have Elizabeth Warren, Senator Warren, saying, you want to ask me about a shutdown? Go ask Elon Musk, the actual president-elect, not Donald Trump, because Trump's getting his orders from Mr. Musk, or should we say President-elect Musk. Play this clip.
Is it clear to you who Senator Schumer should be calling and negotiating with at this point? Is it Speaker Mike Johnson? Is it Donald Trump? Is it Elon Musk?
Let me say this one more time. There is no one for Leader Schumer to negotiate with. The Republicans can't get their own act together. And until they can, there's nothing for us to do. We have a deal. There's a deal sitting on the table. You know what? The Republicans right now could go back over there and vote, send the deal that had been negotiated, which would pass because it would have bipartisan support, send it over to the Senate. I predict it would pass the Senate and we would be done. Crisis averted. But the Republicans would rather have a crisis, would rather blow this up because they're all doing whatever the great and powerful Mr. Musk wants them to do.
Do you think there's going to be a government shutdown?
Ask Elon Musk.
Senator Elizabeth Warren, we'll see if he joins us out here on the balcony. Thank you for that.
I'm definitely loving Hakeem Jeffries' leadership right now. Here he is saying what MAGA Mike Johnson's putting on the table right now and asking Democrats to bail him out after we had a deal to stop the government shutdown. It's laughable. Good luck, MAGA Mike and Republicans. Bail yourself out this time. This is what Americans have been waiting for. Play this clip.
The Musk-Johnson proposal is not serious. It's laughable. extreme MAGA Republicans are driving us to a government shutdown.
Going back to the floor of the House of Representatives, Hakeem Jeffries is talking about all the things now that Elon Musk has ordered the MAGA Republicans to cut. For example, you want to cut nutritional assistance funding for children in America? Play this clip.
Why would you cut funding for nutritional assistance for children in America, for seniors in America, for veterans in America? Why would you do that? This bill cuts funding for nutritional assistance that had previously been agreed upon, and that's why we're opposed to this legislation.
What else do you want to eliminate, Elon Musk and you billionaires, while you fly in your Gulfstream jets and your 100-foot yachts? You want to get rid of community health centers? Play this clip.
That has been cut out of this legislation. Why would you do that? Why would you eliminate funding for community health centers? That impacts the heartland of America, urban America, rural America, suburban America, small town America, Appalachia. Why would you cut out funding for community health centers? We're fighting for those everyday Americans. That's why we're opposed to this legislation.
Hakeem Jeffries, Democratic Minority Leader, talks about, you do realize, right, that the most debt in our nation's history, 25%, accumulated under Donald Trump. Play this clip.
In our nation's 248-year history, 25% of our nation's debt was accumulated during the 4 years of the former president. 25%. How dare you lecture America about fiscal responsibility, ever? And then President Biden comes to office, gets big things done for the American people on infrastructure, on the CHIPS and Science Act, standing up a clean energy economy, rescuing America from a once-in-a-century pandemic, gets all of these big things done, partnering with House Democrats and Senate Democrats. And in the process, in his first 2 years, reduces the deficit by $1.7 trillion. And so we see a very clear pattern. The facts speak for themselves. Democrats are the party of getting things done and fiscal responsibility. Republicans are the party of massive tax cuts for the wealthy, the well-off, and the well-connected.
Here, Hakeem Jeffries talks about the GOP tax scam that they want to implement. Play this clip.
And then Donald Trump comes to office and again follows the same exact playbook. After failing to take health care away from millions of Americans, the Republicans turned their attention to the GOP tax scam, where 83% of the benefits went to the wealthiest 1%. Why? To subsidize the lifestyles of the rich and shameless. And in the process of doing that, borrowed $2.3 trillion added to our debt.
And that's why, by the way, Donald Trump wants to now say, and Elon Musk wants to now say, well, you need to attach no debt ceiling ever to this continuing resolution, or else we will shut down the government. Wait a minute. First off, isn't your whole doggy, whatever you're calling your thing, about reducing the debt? So why would you get rid of a debt ceiling to balloon the debt if that's truly what you care about? Because that's not what you actually care about. And then you want to shut down the government on that basis? Here's what Hakeem Jeffries says. Here's one thing we know is that every time Republican presidents come into power, here's what they do. Play this clip.
The one thing we do know is that every time a Republican president comes into office, the one thing we can count on Republicans to do is to pass a massive tax cut for wealthy Americans, and in the process, stick working class Americans with the bill by raising the deficit and the debt.
And by the way, again, What did this new continuing resolution have in it that made it different from the bipartisan deal? Well, it added the removal of the debt ceiling for at least 2 years. It took out $190 million for pediatric cancer research. It added a provision that lifted all restrictions for investments in China. Seems like if you're a corporate billionaire, that may benefit you. You're just going to slip that one in. Here is Democratic Congressmember Richard Neal. Play the clip.
The Speaker of the House broke his word. That's why we're here. And to the gentleman from Missouri who just spoke, I've been here for a long time. You have never won a government shutdown, and you won't win this one either. Your currency in this institution is your word. We reached an agreement. We came to modest achievements. And a tweet changed all of it? Can you imagine what the next 2 years are going to be like if every time the Congress works its will and then there's a tweet? Or from an individual who has no official portfolio, who threatens members on the Republican side with a primary, and they succumb?
Here's Democratic Congressmember Jared Moskowitz spitting some heat right here. Here's Congressmember Moskowitz. Play this clip.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. You know, denial is not just a river in Egypt. Let's talk about the last 2 years. It was the Democrats who raised the debt ceiling, not the Republicans last time. Many of you voted against it. It was the Democrats who kept over the government, not once, not twice, but every single time we needed to keep the government open, it was the Democrats who kept the government open. More of us voted for it than you. And all I've heard for the last couple of weeks about it, this giant mandate, landslide, trifecta. Put on your big boy pants, pass your own bill. We're only here because you guys can't agree amongst yourselves.
That's right.
So hold on a second. Democrats will keep government open for the American people. We will mediate the disagreements between that side of the room and that side of the room. We will do that for you, but you got to at least invite us to that meeting. So if you want us to solve your problem because you can't agree amongst yourselves, reach out. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Time has expired.
Democratic Congresswoman from Connecticut, Rosa DeLauro. Here she is. Play this clip.
They write the bill. They post the bill. They agreed on a bill.
They signed it.
And you know what? They got scared because President Musk told them, President Musk said, don't do it. Don't do it. Shut the government down. Imagine. What does he know about what people go through is when the government shuts down? Are his employees furloughed? Hell no. Is he furloughed? No. And when you shut the government down, people don't get paid. And maybe if none of us got paid if the government shut down, some people on the other side of the aisle would feel differently about where we're going in this effort.
And folks, do you see this as a consistent message? This is like the one thing that we've been saying here at the MeidasTouch Network is that, you know, Democrats used to be all over the place. Here they're saying it. Elon Musk is the real president-elect. Donald Trump is powerless. Elon Musk bought the presidency. That's the message that they're putting over and over again. Trump takes his orders from Musk. It's President-elect Musk and the billionaire oligarchy doing this to we the people. This is MAGA Mike, though. Look how weak. And this is what happens when you go on the offense. Finally, Democrats, don't take this crap from these Republicans when they spew these lies. There was a deal that was in place, and now MAGAs are breaking their own deal. MAGA Mike Johnson saying, this is just Washington. This is how it goes.
Here's House Speaker Mike Johnson.
This is Washington. This is how the lawmaking is done. It's a long process. Sometimes it takes a while to reach consensus, but we're going to do the right thing here tonight.
I don't know. I think that MAGA Mike Johnson going to lose his speakership soon, but that's just me. Here's Hakeem Jeffries again. Let's play it.
Yes. Can you stop for a second, Mr. Leader?
The Musk-Johnson proposal is not serious. It's laughable. Extreme MAGA Republicans are driving us to a government shutdown.
Are you saying Democrats will not support it? No Democrats?
Showing you more clips of Democratic Senator Elizabeth Warren from Massachusetts. Play it.
And this is on them. And it really is the reminder who now runs the Republican Party. And it's Musk. He's the one who started tweeting at 4:30 this morning about what a bad deal this was and how terrible it was. And Donald Trump trails along much, much later and says, yeah, terrible deal. And then Donald Trump is the one who says, you know, maybe we should get rid of the debt ceiling altogether. But is that what the Republicans propose? No. What the Republicans say is, let's just do a little period of time of getting rid of it, long enough to be able to grease the skids, to be able to pass a big, big tax giveaway to billionaires.
So you don't think...
Here she is again. Play it.
Leader Jeffries is exactly right on this. And I find it just laughable that the Republicans are saying, well, actually, the Republicans couldn't come together and cut a deal, but the Democrats should have gotten out there and saved their sorry butts and actually pushed through a deal. That's just nuts. The Republicans can't come together because they can't stick to the deal they originally negotiated. And
look, here's even MAGA Republican Congress member Dr. Richard McCormick, and he's like, last time I checked, Elon Musk doesn't have a vote in Congress. Play this clip.
I had big frustration to begin with. We brought this yesterday. Everybody said, oh, this is horrible, but we didn't even bring it to the floor because everybody knew it was going to be defeated. Then today, we launched this bill without talking to really anybody in the conference about what we changed. And then I was accused of surprising people, of blindsiding people by my opinion when I was never consulted in the first place. This is a leadership challenge that Mike Johnson has to define himself with. Are you going to get the right input from the right people to get this bill passed? Because quite frankly, you can't do it in a vacuum. And it doesn't matter because quite frankly, last time I checked, Elon Musk doesn't have a vote in Congress. Now he has influence and he'll put pressure on us to do whatever he thinks the right thing is for him. But I have 760,000 people that voted for me to do the right thing for them. And that's what matters to me.
So these MAGA Republicans are fractured. They're divided. They're fighting with each other. And Democrats are ripping them to shreds right now. Stay on the offense. Stay strong. Because this is, at the end of the day, what do I care about? I want the government to be funded. And I don't want to be held hostage to the whims of billionaires who view all of us as their freaking playthings. Okay, we're people. We have lives. They have no respect for us. They have no respect for you, these Republican oligarch billionaires. Remember, Trump said, oh, when I come in, I'm going to make all the prices go down. I'm going to make everything. And now he's saying, I can't do any of that. I never said that. Those accordion hands, that was never a real thing. Liar, liar, liar. We got to call him out together. Thanks for watching. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 4 million subscribers.
Love this video? Make sure you stay up to date on the latest breaking news and all things Midas by signing up to the MeidasTouch newsletter at MeidasTouch.com/newsletter.